I'm joined now by Ellie Honig, our CNN senior legal analyst. First of all, I guess the biggest question here is, did the Trump administration defy a court order, whether it was verbal or written, doesn't matter, correct?
Well, Sarah, they came right close to the line and maybe over it. And let me tell you the specific details that we need to know in order to make this determination. At the moment the judge gave the order, he said in court on Saturday afternoon, I want you to not fly anyone out of here, or if the flights are already in the air, I want you to turn them around. At that very moment, where were the airplanes? If they were on the ground in the United States, then yes, there was a defiance of the order. If they had already landed in El Salvador, then no, there was no defiance of the order. It was already too late. If they were mid-flight, then we get into questions of where were they? Were they over American territory or international waters? And that's some gray area. That may give the Trump administration something to hang their hat on. But I want to make this point also. It doesn't matter when the written opinion came out from the judge. What matters is the moment when the judge says it in court. I've seen the Trump administration say, well, the written order came out a few hours later. Anyone who's practiced in federal court will tell you when the judge says it from the bench, that is law.
All right, let's talk about the use of the Alien Enemies Act from the 1798 to deport hundreds of Venezuelans. Is that a constitutional use of that particular law that we haven't seen since World War II?
Well, so this will be hotly litigated in the courts. As you say, Sarah, this law goes back to 1798. It's actually been invoked only 3 times, all of them during wartime, during the War of 1812, World War I, World War II. Now, what the law says is it actually gives the president very broad discretion to deport non-citizens in 2 scenarios. One, if there's a declared war with the other country. Of course, that's not the case. We're not in any declared war right now. Or second, if there's an invasion by a foreign government. Now, the Trump administration has argued that this gang, TDA, Trinidad de Aragua's presence in the United States is essentially an invasion. And they've also argued that even though this is a gang, they're sort of aligned with or inseparable from the Venezuelan government. I think both of those are aggressive, novel arguments that they'll be making to the court. The other thing that the Trump administration is arguing is that judges cannot even review the president's application of this law. So watch for that argument to play out maybe later today in the coming hours and days in the federal courts.